Capital Seoul is playing host to its Fall-Winter Fashion collection this week, and we cover the latest K-trends on the Catwalk. So what are the highlights of this fashion week? What do statistics tell us about the popularity of K-fashion overseas? And what has been the impact of K-pop on K-trends? Hello and welcome. It's Friday here in Korea and you're watching Issues and Insiders. I'm Min Sunhee. Capital Seoul is hosting its Fashion Week as we speak, and for more on the K-trends making headlines, I have fashion stylist Lee Somin live on the line. Somin, it's a pleasure to have you with us.
Hi, this is stylist Somin Lee, and then nice to meet you guys too.
Right. I also have Kwon Soa with us here in the studio though. Soa, welcome back.
Hello, Sunny. Happy Friday.
Right. Happy Friday. So we'll begin here in the studio then. Let's begin with a brief introduction about the Seoul Fashion Week.
Sure. The Seoul Fashion Week, hosted by the Seoul Metropolitan Government, is Korea's biggest global fashion event, held biannually to draw fashion enthusiasts from all around the world and to showcase the latest trends for the spring, summer, and fall-winter seasons, which usually is in March and October, but not this year. I will get to that in a bit. The fashion festival, how it is also referred to, started in 1987 and has been growing with an aim to become a prominent fashion event on the global stage. In specific, to be part of top fashion shows like those in New York, Paris, London, and Milan. Three main parts have been making up the Seoul Fashion Week in the past years, which are the Seoul Collection, that involves runway shows of established designer brands, and Generation Next. As the name suggests, next generation or rookie designers have presented their latest through these shows, their talents, of course. And we've got the Trade Show, which is a fashion fair where Korean fashion companies exhibit their items for partnerships with foreign buyers.
Right, and staying with that, so what more can you tell us about the specifics of the 2024 Fall-Winter Fashion Show? Right,
this year's Fall-Winter season event kicked off on Thursday and runs until Monday, so from February 1st to February 5th at the Dongdaemun Design Plaza, or in short DDP, in central Seoul, and S Factory in Seongsu-dong district in the east of the city. I earlier mentioned that the shows usually have been held in March and October, but we're likely to see those at earlier dates from here on. The currently running Fall-Winter event is taking place 6 weeks earlier than a year ago. Also, the 2024 Spring-Summer shows were held in September last year and not October. And there is a good reason for that. With global interest in K-fashion increasing and a rising number of foreign buyers visiting Seoul for the Fashion Week every year, the date has been rescheduled to hold the event one step ahead of the four major international fashion weeks to attract big-name investors to Korea and concentrate media interest on the Seoul Fashion Week. In fact, the events in New York, London, Milan, and Paris are held on February 9th, 16th, 20th, and 26th. And more details on the 5-day event here in Seoul. Thursday was the opening show at DDP, the main venue, by women's wear brand July Column, that was attended by K-pop girl group New Jeans and Seoul Mayor Oh Se-hoon. Now, 21 fashion brands are showcasing their collections on the runways, 15 at DDP and 6 at S Factory. Seongsu-dong district, meanwhile, where the art and culture complex S Factory is located, has emerged as a new fashion mecca for young people, also dubbed as Brooklyn of Seoul. Different from before, there is no more differentiating between the Seoul Collection and Generation Next, meaning no differentiation between veteran and new designers. Meanwhile, 68 Korean fashion houses are participating in the trade fair that runs for 3 days through Saturday, with around 100 buyers from 14 countries targeted for potential purchasing deals.
Right, I see. And now, Somin, speaking as a stylist, what can you tell us about the popularity of K-fashion, and what do you believe is the appeal of K-fashion?
The reason why the K-fashion is special seems to be a bit that many people are interested in fashion right now, and then they have their own individuality for their fashion style. That's why I think the Korean fashion styles is going to be more popular than now. And then, as you can see, in front of the DDP, there's so many peoples are in there, and then many people are around there has their individual fashion style, and then that's really really cool. And then I've got some really nice idea from there as well. So that's why I think that's why the K fashion is really popular right now. And then also I think some of the Korean designer are going to oversee, and many people from overseas also love the Korean brand. That's why I think the K fashion is special.
Right, indeed, I see. Now, so as you also mentioned, statistics themselves, they actually show that there is growing interest in K fashion among overseas buyers. Tell us a bit more about that.
Sure, Sunny. So to get a glimpse into that interest, let me refer to the figures the Seoul Metropolitan Government released last year in September following the hosting of the 2024 Spring-Summer Seoul Fashion Week. 125 foreign investors from 27 countries visited the Fashion Week in Seoul. A total of 1,134 order consultations with 94 local fashion brands were accomplished during the 5 days. That's worth a combined value of $5.14 million, up 46% compared to the year before, although we should consider the COVID-19 pandemic at that time. Now, by country, Canada, China, and Japan were the top countries when it comes to order consultations. The rising popularity of K-fashion was also evident in the presence of renowned overseas department stores at the event, namely Britain's Liberty, London, France's Le Bon Marché, and Japan's Isetan. So I'm looking forward to the figures coming out after the event comes to a close next week.
Right, indeed. Somin, what do you suppose has been the impact of K-pop on the popularity of K-fashion?
I think like so many stylists when they make the idol's costume, so we're gonna do lots of reform when we make the idol costumes. So I think so many people can try with their looks, like clothes, with the clothes, they can reform same as like a idol fashion. So that's why I think the K-pop and K-fashion is relating a lot, because so many people are really loves to see the idol and then pretty person and then like handsome person, and then they want to be like them. I think that's why I think the K-pop and K-fashion is really relating to each other. So I think it's really important seems to be the K-pop showing a lot of K-fashion and then many impact to the K-fashion, I think.
So, in staying with that, earlier on when I asked you about the appeal of K-fashion, you spoke about how when you were at the opening ceremony of this season's Seoul Fashion Week, you saw a lot of trends that also gave you a lot of ideas. Could you share a bit of those ideas with us right now?
Actually, like layering things, like people layering the looks really, really good. And then the color matching, I think because I'm trying to do the boy group right now, so I had a really, really hard time to like have an idea. But then when I see the people wearing some things, and then, oh, that gives me a pop idea. So I can do the same thing, or I can make it my own style. Also, like these days, so many the hip hop fashion is coming back, I think, because lots of entertainments want us to do the hip hop fashion for the boys group.
And when we talk about hip hop fashion, are we talking about the baggy jeans? The long
Yeah.
shirts.
And
Right, I see. Casual looks then.
yeah.
So
And
and
then many things are coming down. Like last year, many idols do the like accessories or many things put it on them. But then right now, like blockwear style or geek fashion style, old money style, like hip hop fashion style, like more going down there. Like, yeah, minimal fashion is coming back.
Aha, I see. Meanwhile, Soa, back to the actual event then, what are some of the tasks perhaps that need to be tackled to enhance the Seoul Fashion Week, according to industry insiders then?
Well, what some pundits say should be improved is the actual focus on the designers and the collections, as there appears to be extensive attention on celebrity photo calls and big stars filling the front rows of the fashion shows. But celebrities are actually one of the Seoul Fashion Week's strategy in garnering more attention for the event. In fact, K-pop girl group New Jeans, that I earlier mentioned as well, are the honorary ambassadors of the Seoul Fashion Week since last year. A poster with the girls wearing collections by the participating designers and videos on social media were actively used in promoting the Fashion Week, and they were also at the site of the event, as I said. So while the global fandom helps in making the Fashion Week go viral, it'll be a task to get the common people interested in the actual gist of the shows. Based on data from the 2024 Spring-Summer Show, the number of applicants, especially those of rising designers, meanwhile, seems to have gone down. The presence of Generation Next participants dropped by 20% compared to the average in past years. So that's also one thing that pundits say could be improved. There have also been calls for an improvement in the organization of space used for the trade fair. While the budget for the Seoul Fashion Week has been growing, it seems like there is enough room for improvement still.
Right, and staying with room for improvement, so speaking exactly as an individual within the industry then, what do you think can be done to eventually raise the platform of Seoul Fashion Week to join the ranks of those in New York, Paris, Milan and London?
I think like there are lots of good and nice nice designers in Korea already, and then they are so ready for it. But then I hope that many cool places in Korea will support the fashion show and the designer. Because like overseas, they already do the fashion show in front of the art gallery or inside the gallery, or the like architecture in front of the really, really huge architecture. They support them for their show because they have the like connection with their design things. So I hope that like there's a lots of beautiful place in Korea, right? So that's why I really want them to support them for the space. And then that could be the like a big issue. It can be the big issue. Also, like there's so many like high brand invite the Korean like actor, actress, or boy group and girl group a lot. So Korean designers too, like I hope they keep touching with them, like the overseas like singer or actor or models or something, and then it can be the big issue, and then that's going to be we can join the Fashion Week.
Right, to have a more collaborative effort then. So, if you were given the opportunity to have a fashion show on any site in Korea, which particular site would you choose? Because you spoke about the many beautiful venues we have here. Where would you like to hold a fashion show if you had the opportunity?
Like the Gyeongbokgung, like palace or something. That is the really, really beautiful place. Also, like, not like Gucci. I think the Gucci do the fashion show, like the showing of the fashion show at the Gyeongbokgung. But then that's the like overseas brand, right? Well, so I want the Korean brand do the fashion show in the like Gyeongbokgung or something. And then that's gonna be the more impact, I think. That gives a more impact. Or like Han River as well. The Louis Vuitton do the Han in front of the Han River. They do the fashion show in Korea. But then I think that's the overseas brand too. So I want the Korean brand keeps trying to keep in touch with them. And then that's gonna be a really, really good.
Right, indeed. Having the catwalk set up in very different venues across the country then.
Yeah.
So, the Seoul Fashion Week itself, it's poised to end next Monday, as you mentioned. And that being said, are there any events that you would like to recommend for those planning to partake in the event this weekend?
Well, for one, you might be running into me if you visit the DDP on the last day of the event, because I'm one of the lucky ones who will be watching the one of the shows up close, which is the Hanna Shin collection. And the rising designer's attire, meanwhile, was featured in the promotion poster with new jeans. And also, as we speak, the Jimin Lee show is taking place out of the 5 runway shows this Friday. 5 more are to be held on both Saturday and Sunday, and 3 on the last day, Monday. Also, on the Seoul Fashion Week's official website, you can see the schedule of the shows, and the fashion shows are streamed live online on the official YouTube channel of the Seoul Fashion Week, so that anyone can watch. Although applications for runway seats are done, during the Fashion Week, there are events open to the public, like exhibits and pop-up stores. Also, the Seoul Metropolitan Government has made a Seongsu fashion map that shows all the must-visit fashion and beauty locations. And since I am going to be at one of the fashion shows on Monday, I was actually going to ask Somin if she would have a tip for me on what I could wear, because I still haven't made up my mind what I have to wear there.
Right, then staying with that, Somin, the question to you at this moment is, what would you recommend for Soa to wear to the fashion show on the last day? That is next Monday, I believe.
Yes.
Oh, why don't you try the like hip style or the strong style? I think you're the cool tone. You had a cool tone, so you're matching with the black is really, really good. So like a leather jacket or something, and then or you can wear the like black and red together.
What about accessories, Somin?
Like a silver earring or rings, not the big one, like the small one. And then that's gonna be like a little point,
Well,
Wow.
point well taken.
like a beautiful.
Thank you for the tip. I actually am a cool person, a winter cool.
We were talking about the tone color right before the show. Somin, before you leave us, could you tell us a bit more about the K fashion trends for this year and how to better incorporate them into our daily styles?
I think it's going back to 90s, like Y2K fashion. I think still keep the Y2K fashion like a little bit more, but I think, as I said before, like a hip hop style coming back, like the baggy jeans, like really, really big t-shirts or something, but then simple, not the like a colorful one, like the basic white color looks and with the baggy jeans and then they just add little bit of the vivid colored item, like a belt, hat, or bag, little bags or something. That's gonna be the like key fashion style is gonna be. Also, like I want to tell like many people really trying on their when they wearing their looks. I hope they put some their personality in their style, and then that makes them more pretty, and then it's gonna be looks more confidence. So I hope them do the like a great styling.
Right, so you stick to the fashion, but have one item or perhaps one color that shows better your individual personality then, right, Somin?
Yeah.
I see. All right, Somin, thank you so much for your time and your thoughts today. And Soa here in the studio, thank you very much for your insights.
My pleasure.
Right, well, on that note, we end this week's editions of Issues and Insiders. Have a great weekend. See you same time next Monday.